What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today is day 20 of the 30 days of wholesaling houses. Guys, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the strategy, the best strategy that I've ever found when coming up with a number on what to offer a seller. It is the best strategy in my opinion when it comes to calculating an offer and being in the right range so you can actually pay for the property and then you can actually make money on the deal. Day 20 is here. Guys, if this is your first time on this video on this channel, please do yourself a favor and start in day 1 of our 30 days of wholesaling houses. I decided for the month of May to do step-by-step video training, free real estate training, where you can go out and make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month flipping houses, wholesaling real estate in your city. So check that out. The playlist is in the channel. It's free training and you will not regret it. Now, for those that have no idea who I am, my name is Saenz. I'm a 23-year-old real estate entrepreneur. I have flipped and wholesaled a few hundred homes since the age of 18 when I started straight out of high school with no money, no credit, no cash, nothing. And because of real estate, it completely changed my life. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm showing you guys step by step so you can go out and do for yourself. And with that said, guys, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Let's go. Guys, so here we are. Day 20 is here. Let's go. Actually, I'm gonna do a little wardrobe change and here we go. I'm going golfing here in a few, so I'm gonna knock out this video, give you guys extreme value, and then I'm gonna go hit a few pars. Well, I hope I do. So guys, here we are calculating your best offer, best MAO strategy. Number one, the strategy has worked for us for a few years. I actually don't remember where I exactly learned this. It might have been Carlos, but we've been using this in our numbers. Every time we get a lead and every time we have to make an offer, this is the exact strategy that we use. So I wanna break this down for you guys. So ARV means after repair value. After repair value is the value of a home after it is repaired. So it's the end product, the finished product of a home. Realtor commissions are the commissions that realtors normally take when they sell a property for a seller or sell a property for a homeowner. So that's self-explainable. The investor profit is going to be the profit that the investor makes, aka sometimes it's called the rehabber. So the rehabber, the cash buyer, the investor profit is what they're going to make on the deal. So as wholesalers, like when I first started, I didn't have the money to actually buy the property, so I was wholesaling everything. Now I do have the option to buy the property and rehab it, but when starting off, if you just want to wholesale, you have to factor in the investor profit. That's going to be the cash buyer's profit, aka the rehabber's profit when they buy the property, fix it, and then sell it in the market, minus rehab. So what that means is rehab is the estimated amount of repairs needed. If you don't know how to estimate repairs, I actually did a step-by-step video in day 19 of the 30 days of wholesaling houses, so check that out. I did do a video on that, so you can check that out and learn how to. Minus the assignment fee. What an assignment fee is your profit. When it comes to wholesaling real estate, the way that wholesalers, the way that we get paid is by assigning contracts, and your fee, your profit, is referred to as an assignment fee. MAO means maximum allowable offer. This is the max number that you can offer a seller to try to buy their property for cash. So that's the max that you would like to stay under. Say a property is worth 200 and our MAO is 140 or 130. Theoretically, we're not going over a specific case, but MAO would be whatever number that I can't pass. So my MAO is my maximum allowable offer. So if my MAO is 140, I cannot pay the seller more than 140. Otherwise, it's not a deal. So I have to be under 140 or at 140 in some cases. Here we are. I want to make this super clear. So on the left side, we just went over that after repair value, realtor commissions, investor profit, rehab, assignment fee, and then MAO. And here's an example that I want to walk you guys through. So let's say we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,000 square feet. The ARV, the after repair value, the finished product once the work is completed on the property and it sells, the ARV is 200,000. So if the ARV is 200,000, we're going to subtract 7%, and that's going to give us 14,000. The reason that we subtract 7%, listen to me carefully, is because we want to factor in the realtor commissions and closing costs. You're probably wondering, well, Alex, you know, realtor commissions are never 7%. You know, there's typically somewhere between 5 and 6%. But we do 7% to factor in the closing costs. Closing costs is the fee that the title company will charge to do the transaction. That's one of my next videos, how to find a title company and how it all works together. You want to factor in realtor commissions and the title costs, aka the closing costs. You want to factor in those numbers before you even make your offer with the seller, because you already want to think, okay, what is this buyer going to pay based on his costs? So this is all going to make sense here shortly. So minus 7%, that's going to give us $14,000. Next number that I want to factor in is the investor profit. Most investors, it depends on the market. However, here in Phoenix, most investors are happy with the 15% gross profit on whatever the property is worth. So in this case, the property is worth $200,000. The investor wants to make 15% gross, which is going to give us a $30,000 profit that he would like to make. In a market like California, investors are going to be okay making 10 to 15% on gross, because if the property is worth $1 million, investors are going to be okay with making a projected $100,000, $150,000. But then again, it also depends on the rehab needed. So if it's a higher cost rehab, say, an investor is not going to do a rehab for $100,000 only to make $20,000. If it's a hefty rehab, they're going to want to profit more than 15%. They're probably going to be around 20 to 30 at times. So every case is different, but this is going to give you a good baseline on where you should be. Next number that we want to talk about is minus rehab. Minus rehab, again, the last video that I did, day 19, explains how to go over repairs and how much in cost you should be estimating for rehabs. So for this example, we're going to say it's a mid rehab. It's 1,000 square feet, $20 a square foot. It's going to give us $20,000. So we're estimating that this property is going to need $20,000 to fix up, to bring it up to 2020 standard, and then therefore it can sell for $200,000, which is our ARV, after repair value. Next number that we want to go over is the assignment fee. So minus assignment fee. So the assignment fee, again, is the profit that you want to make. For this example, we're going to say that you want to make $10,000. $10,000 is a really good start to get your first deal. I'm not saying that to, cap you and not make 15, 20, 30. If it happens, I'm clapping for you and I'm rooting for you. But let's just say for this example, we just want to factor in, okay, we want to make $10,000. It needs $20,000 in rehab. An investor's going to make $30,000, and then minus 7%, which is a $14,000. We're going to calculate all those numbers. So this green number, this MAO, gives us 126. So if you grab your calculator and subtract, so you start at 200,000 ARV, you subtract the 7%, which is 14,000, then you subtract the 30,000, then you subtract the 20,000, then you subtract your profit on the deal, which is 10,000. Here you have 126,000. This is our MAO. This is the number that we have to be at in order to assure that we can make $10,000. The investor can walk away with a hefty profit. We're factoring the realtor commissions and the closing costs, and we're also factoring the rehab, the estimated rehab, on what we think the property is worth. The buyer can go walk the property. He can come back and say, hey, the property only needs $15,000, and here's my offer. And I'm going to show you guys how to sell the deals in the next videos. But 126 price is the MAO. So when it comes to negotiating with the seller, I may start my offer at 110,000, 115,000. Hey, Mr. Seller, if I can close in 10 days and pay you all cash, or close on your time frame, and cater to all your needs and solve all your problems, I think I could be around 110,000. How does that sound, Mr. Seller? Bam, you pause. You start at 110. I really, seller comes back and says, hey, I really want to be around 130. Oh, okay, well, I don't know if I can do that. The property needs X, 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 X. And, property values in the area are only going from 180 to 200. And they really are, but that if you rehab it to a higher standard, you can sell it for $200,000. So it just creates doors and opportunities for you to negotiate, but MAO is the maximum allowable offer that you can offer. So now you have a good baseline on the max number that you can offer. So you start at 110, you go up to 115, 120. At worst case scenario, you pay 125 for the property, you solve the seller's problems, and now you have a $10,000 spread or more that you can make on this deal. Guys, so here I want to give you a live example. We're going to use, I just grabbed a random address here in West Phoenix, 8745 West Winton, and then we're going to search this bad boy up on Google. It'll direct us to Redfin or Zillow. I like to use Zillow. Actually, let's just go to Zillow.com, search up the address. So here we are. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1568 square feet. That's what we have right here. Our ARV. So we're going to have to find our ARV first. So 1568, we want to look for properties around that same square footage. Zoom out a little bit. So 1568, we want to look at sold comparables. Click sold. We're going to put the square footage 1250 to 1750. Our property is 1568 square foot home, so we're going to leave that there. Scroll down, sold in the last 6 months. So we only want to look at properties that have sold in the last 6 months. And here we are. Let's start looking around. So 1568 is our square footage. We're going to look around, give or take 100 square feet, you know, up or down. So here we have a property, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, sold for 240. That is 1496, so it's a little smaller. Let's see if this one has a pool. Again, pools affect the value by about 10 to 15,000. It doesn't look like it has a pool. Nope, no pool. Okay, so now we have a 240 comp. So now I know that my property, our Witten property, is worth more than 240. Here we have a 235, smaller. Okay, that just confirms that the property is worth more than 240. This one's a little bigger. It doesn't look like it's a crazy remodel. Old flooring, bad baseboards. Kitchen looks okay. Yeah, not too good of a rehab. 240. Let's see, is there anything above 240? Here we have a 249, just sold in February. Let's look at this. Okay, clean floor. Okay, nice kitchen. New done bathrooms. I don't like the tile, but it's a really good rehab for this area. Okay, so now we have a property that is 249, and we know our property is a little bit bigger. Ours doesn't have a pool. I checked that earlier. I forgot to mention that. So 250. Is there anything above 250? No. Okay, let's look at properties that have that are for sale. So this one's 1568. This is actually the same type of square footage, and it's listed for 235. But guys, check out this rehab. It is complete just garbage. I mean, they're selling this as is. In this business, if you're gonna flip, don't flip a property like this unless you're gonna list it for lower than it's worth. Like if they listed this property here for 220, 215, it would sell in a heartbeat. But because they're trying to get almost max price, and it needs a full rehab still, it's gonna stay on the market for a while. That's an auction property. It doesn't work. Okay, guys. So our comps are 240 to 250, 249. So we're just gonna say, I mean, our property is a little bit bigger in square footage than this one. This one doesn't have a pool. Let me check. Yeah, no pool. So that helps. Let's go back to our property. So our property is 1568. Again, if you want to check out if it has a pool, you just go to home details, and then you scroll down, and it will say, should say right here, no pool. Yeah, no pool in this property would normally say in home details. Okay, so now we have 1568. We know that our ARV is at least 249. We're just gonna say it's 250 for this area. We're gonna go back here. Okay, so our ARV is 250 for this property. You know, with a very good rehab. The other house was a very strong comparable. Now we're gonna subtract 7%. So let me just pull out my phone here. So 7% of 250 is 17,500. So we're gonna do 17,500. This is gonna include realtor commissions. This is gonna include closing costs. And then investor profit. Again, an investor wants to make about 15% on a deal like this. So 250,000, 15% is going to be 37,500. So 37,500 minus rehab. Okay, so we're going to say it's a light rehab. We're going to say that the property has good structure. It needs paint and carpet. In the kitchen. So actually we're gonna say it's a mid rehab. So say the property is gonna need paint and carpet and then kitchen and bathrooms. So for the rehab, it's a 1,500 square foot property. We're gonna say that it is a mid rehab. So for the rehab, the property that we have is 1,568 square feet. We're gonna say it needs $20 a square foot. That's about a mid rehab here in Phoenix. So 1,568 times $20 is going to give us 31,360. So our rehab is gonna be 31,360. And then our assignment fee is going to be $10,000. We're going to keep that the same. So we want to make $10,000 on the deal. We want to make sure that the investor can profit $37,500, and then the rehab estimate is $31,000. And then we already accounted for the realtor commissions and the closing costs. So our MAO is going to be $250 minus $17,500 minus $37,500 for the investor profit minus $31,360 for the rehab, minus $10,000 for our assignment fee. Our MAO is going to be $153,640. Now, this is our MAO. you're probably asking yourself, okay, so what should I offer the seller? I would start negotiation about 10 to 15,000 below that. So I would say, hey, Mr. Seller, here's my offer based on these comparables, and I'm gonna explain how to present the offer and how to do a purchase agreement with the seller. But I would start at about 140, 145. Depending on the property, but for something like this, the property's worth 250. You would need to be around 150 to 155. I know that here in Phoenix, you can find investors that would buy a property and make less than $37,000. I know investors here in Phoenix that would buy a property if they can make $25,000. So by having relationships and over time, as you get experience in the business, then okay, for investor profit, okay, let's put 25,000. I just created 12,000 in spread. Then number one, I can add to my assignment fee, or I can just raise my offer from 153 to 165, and now I can offer the seller 165 and I still make 10,000. The investor takes on the project, does the rehab, profits 25,000, I make 10,000, seller walks away from a huge mess that he just never wanted to deal with the property, and it's just a win-win-win. But guys, I hope that this video was valuable. This strategy works like freaking magic. So just make sure that you factor in your realtor commissions, investor profit, rehab, and your assignment fee, and that's going to give you your MAO, which is your maximum allowable offer that you can offer to a seller. Guys, and that is it for day 20 of the 30 days of wholesaling houses. We are officially now 2/3 of the way done. It's been a crazy month, and I've actually had a lot of fun, so I hope you guys appreciate all this, and thank you guys for the continuous support and love. Make sure you like this video. It's helping us rank in the algorithm every single day, so I can show off my cool little hat here. I'm about to go golfing. And then make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would truly appreciate that. And as usual, guys, I want to remind you, we have our podcast where you can check out over 50 plus episodes. Check that out on your own time. It's absolutely free. You're going to learn a lot of free game, $1 million game for absolutely free. So the All In podcast is something that you can listen to. The link is in the description. And I want to remind you, we do have a wholesaling course. The link is also in the description. And guys, thank you so much. Day 20 is in the book. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, comment down below on any questions you have regarding this video, and I will get back to as many as I can. And as usual, guys, I will see you tomorrow in day 21. Let's go.